Well, folks, I look a little different today. I got the doors open on that end of the building, moving crap in and out. Anyhow, figured I'd get on here and we would talk about what they don't want to talk about, the economy, because the economy is an important thing to everyone and the world. See, we had a problem with the pandemic crap that went on, the COVID or whatever it was. And they closed down a whole bunch of mom and pop shops and they went out of business and gave trillions of dollars away to banks and big business and that stuff, and really threw the economy out of whack. And then they ran around telling all these kids that oh, you got to have a college education. So they run out, they get that money and go to get their education, and it's not just him, it's her too, and then they're strapped down with all kinds of debt. So you got about a generation of them all strapped down. So, well, they can't afford cars, they can't afford houses or that stuff because they're trying to pay the stupid debt off. And if they're not paying off debt, they've ruined their credit because they're not paying on their student loans. So how the hell do they get a loan? You see, it's a vicious circle. Then, because all this has been going on, the baby boomers have been retiring about halfway through that, and I'm just going to round the number off to 80 million. Keep it simple. And you got about 40 million that have retired. Well, they're not paying in taxes like they were. We're talking about older people that have kind of like at the peak of their career, making the most they're going to make, and they haven't been paying in the taxes. So what the government have to do? Just print more and more money, which caused inflation, that's what you're seeing at the gas pumps and then at the grocery store and everything else. Because the baby boomers aren't buying, and a lot of them are trying to sell. So you're going to have a glut of homes, glut of cars, and a lot of these cars are going to be low miles, nice cars and stuff, and now the car manufacturers are going to be sitting there going, how the hell do we compete with somebody who's trying to sell a car that's got 30, 40,000 miles on it, like brand new, some old people owned. You're going to see a lot of that stuff hitting the markets. And then they're selling their houses, downsizing, they're going into retirement communities and so on and so forth. Do you see what the problem is? Because these kids, they didn't come out and they're not making what these baby boomers were making. And you still got 40 more million to retire yet. It's just going to keep getting worse. They didn't plan for this. It's easy to ramp up to accommodate for an influx in population. Man, you put more people to work, you build more cars, build more houses, more lumber, more everything, more farm, more food, everything, just more. Money's rolling in. Then you can give away, oh yeah, man, pensions and Social Security and Medicare. We can give all that stuff away. But then when they start retiring, just the opposite, the economy contracts, and they didn't plan for it. That's not just happening here. This is worldwide. The whole world's doing the same thing we're doing. China's smoking mirrors. Always has been. It's bullshit. They can't do it on their own. They never could do it on their own. Hell, they can't find both their ass with both hands. Why do they're not buying our wheat like they were soybean. They're not buying like they used to because they don't have the money. They're broke. And plus their population is going to be cut in half by, 2040, 2050. Their population will be cut in half. There are more people dying in China than probably the whole world put together. So there again, the economy is contracting. They got to take you into a war. They got to use that as an excuse to just devastate the world. They got to devastate the world in the sense of destruction. So they can come in and go, well, you know, we're just got to wipe everything clean and start over. This is how they push their new currency. This is how they push new laws. The Orwellian bullshit that they've planned for you, the New World Order. You know, the WEF bullshit and all that stuff. And then they come out with all this cockamamie other bullshit, like carbon, you know, like what? 0.04% of the atmosphere is CO2. Wow, boy, we're going to die from that. It's global warming. I remember, hell, according to Al Gore, my God, the whole goddamn seaboard around the United States would be underwater right now. Hell, there would be states missing right now. Hey, listen, this planet's been here a long time. It's went through a lot of stuff, and it's still here. It's like, don't listen to these liars. That's what they are. They're liars. They're con men. They're Satan. Don't listen to them. Think for yourself. All it comes down to is they want to tax you more on CO2. I mean, they want to put more taxes on this, that, and the other thing because they can't even pay their taxes. Government can't pay the interest on the tax. They can't pay the interest on the loan. They can't pay the interest on. They can't pay the interest. So they got to think of more ways to steal it from you. You already work 6 months of the year for free to give it to the government. How much more are you going to take? You see, there's a point in time in life where you got to say, enough's enough. You can't comply with their bullshit because you have to eat. You have to have a shelter over your head. You have to have all this stuff. And they're going to destroy you because they have destroyed them. See, they're going to pull you down with them. That's a bad investment. The government's a bad investment. Quit investing in the government. You know, the stupidest damn thing I ever heard in my life was Kennedy. It's not what the government can do for you, it's what you can do for your government. And they think, oh, that's the greatest speech you ever heard. Oh, God, that's a great speech. That is bullshit, is what it is. Government around the whole world is the whole world's problem. Wherever there's a government, that's the problem. And you sit there and you keep taking it and taking it and taking it and taking it. When you stand up in masses, they don't have enough. They don't have enough courts. They don't have enough enforcers. And then, God forbid, things get violent. These guys are quitting now because of what the hell's happening. Law enforcement, they can't get enough cops to come in because they're like, yeah, you know, this is bad out here, right? And they keep quitting because it's bad. It's going to get worse, unfortunately. You know, it's kind of like old Custard there in his last stand. They're outnumbered. Our government, our cavalry, our military was outnumbered by some Indians. And they slaughtered them all. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, somebody has to stand up and say, man, arm yourself. Prepare and arm yourself. I mean, that's what probably Custer probably told the men, arm yourself. You're fighting for your life now. And they lost. They're outnumbered by some savages. Okay? According to them, a bunch of savages. The only savages there were was them, was Custard and his cronies doing whatever. And they don't ever want to talk about the bonus marchers in World War I. Oh yeah, the bonus marchers. They took Patton and Eisenhower and MacArthur and those guys. Others, you'd recognize the names, went in and had to clean damn Washington D.C. out because the bonus marchers in World War I said, "Hey, listen, you know, we're going to give you a bonus, guys." The government says we're going to give you a bonus for fighting in World War I. Oh, great, man, wonderful. Depression hits. They said, we need our bonus money. We need that money now. We need that bonus to survive. The government says, go fuck yourself. Man, people, man, this is not right. Yeah, we're promised a bonus, and now they called the, what? Oh, that's right. They called the United States military in. Right. The military in. Against their own people. Against fellow veterans. But today, you're supposed to thank a veteran for his service. Back then, they'd kill him because they wanted their bonus. What the hell is it? You see, that's what I'm saying. These people are such liars and cheats. And it's not just today. It's been this way throughout history. Governments are no good because man is evil. He is wicked. He is inherently wicked and evil. The only guarantee you have in life is Jesus. God himself. That's your guarantee in life right there. That's it. So you sit here and going to rely on man, you're going to sit here and quote rely on yourself, you're going to sit here and do all these things in vain because the only way out is Jesus Christ. He will put he came in a lamb, he's coming back as a lion. He's coming back and he's going to just fucking boom! And these people ain't going to know what hit them. Get it? Nobody wants to talk about this. Nobody wants to get on there and tell you the truth. Buy gold, buy silver, buy the preps, buy this, buy that. Oh, yeah, great, wonderful, buy it all, okay? Nothing wrong with being prepared, okay? Great, wonderful, buy it. But what they don't talk about is your enslavement. To buy and sell. To have that mark, to buy or sell, to work, to do anything. You got to make a decision. Are you with God or are you against God? Are you with Satan or are you with God? You have to make your decision, folks. It's coming. Yeah, I did a video the other day or whatever, I can't remember. Anyways, it was about, this war, like tennis bullshit, just pop, 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 pop. It's pretty boring, And they want to make a big deal about it. And all these people get out, oh, you better run out, you got 36 hours, you got 12 hours, oh my God, you better get out, blah, blah, blah. Like they have some inside information, like they actually know something. You got some stupid ass UN guy out there, ex-UN whatever, and some generals and shit, oh. They do not know the time, day, month. They don't know shit either. Okay? God knows. You invest in God. That's a good investment, people. Trust in God. Have faith in God. They don't want to tell you that. They don't want to tell you that. Trust in them. Listen to them. Stick a mic in their face. Buy their books. One guy, yeah, I've been in the survival thing for over 50 years, and I've wrote these 6 books, and you just buy my books, and it'll tell you how to survive. They don't tell you how to rebuild the community and all this and all. Listen to me. It's like, dude, you are so far behind the curve and full of yourself. It is unbelievable. They not mention a word about God. God doesn't exist. You know that, right? He's just a hoax, right? You're a fool if you believe in God. No, you're a fool. You don't listen. You don't pay attention. Yeah, right now I'm kind of chastising. You don't get it, people. I'm preaching to the choir. You guys get it, okay? You get it. I'm just saying there's a lot that don't. And they don't want to hear it. They want to hear about, oh, this and oh, about that. And, oh, you're going to do it. Look, if you wanted to win a war, what's the first thing you do? You take out their damn means to wage war. How do you take out their means to wage war? You take out their damn power grid, okay? They're sitting there in the dark. The generators and stuff's only going to run for so long. They're only going to have so much salt. They're going to only have so much anything, and they're going to be sitting there. Yeah, oh yeah, a nuclear sub, a nuclear aircraft carrier, a nuclear ship. Oh yeah, it can run a long time. You still got to feed them, man. The planes still take jet fuel. You still got to stock up on the munitions and the missiles and the bullets and all that. You still got to do all that. And how are you going to do that? How are you going to make the shit? The mainland is now sitting there in turmoil because it's dark. They're hungry. They're rioting. How are they going to supply you? Yeah, you're out there on your own, man. You are on your own. And remember that. Commanders, generals, admirals, remember that. You are on your own. Don't listen to some fool. Okay? Defend yourself. Defend yourself. I know. You'll get court-martialed, but you know what? You got a duty to your men to protect them. Real men stand up and go, I don't give a shit. I will defend my men. That is my duty. I will defend my country and I will defend my men. What the hell good does it do if your ship's sitting there with a big hole in it, you're taking on water and you're sinking, and you can't fight? When if you would have just done what your gut told you to do, what all your training told you to do, hell, the threat might have been neutralized. You're still here. You might take some damage, but by God, you're still here to fight another day. You know, this guy in office now, I don't feel, it's not his fault. Honestly, Biden, I feel sorry for the guy. I feel sorry for him. He should be sitting somewhere in one of his mansions somewhere in front of a fire with a blanket on him, kind of just drooling on himself, I don't know, thinking or whatever in his fantasy world or whatever he does, wherever he goes in his head, and taking his old retirement, elderly, whatever, in peace. His wife should step up and say, man, this isn't right. This is cruel. This is inhuman. Why are you abusing this man? Why are you, Secret Service, abusing this man? Why, Harris, why are you abusing this man? Congress, why? Send him home. Send him home. Give him his retirement and let him sit there in peace. And let him die in peace. Instead of falling off stages, making a fool of himself, making a mockery of the country. Why? Because you're so damn evil. You got somebody that you can just, oh yeah, he said this, he said that, he said do this. Here, we'll put his hand on the thing and we'll make him sign it. Like Bernie's Weekend or whatever it was. I can't remember the name of it. But, look. You people should be ashamed of yourselves. But you're not, because you're evil. God has a special place for you. And you ain't going to like it. There's a doorway in, and there's no doorway out. What the hell, idiot people. But yes, this stuff goes on and on and on. There's a lot of problems out there. They didn't plan for this, and they don't care about it. They're just creating more and more money for themselves because the world economy, not just ours, the world is falling apart. They have to start something very, very soon to bring in their whole new system. And you're going to beg for it. You're going to beg for it. It'll be the most draconian system there is. They're going to do away with the Constitution, a whole bunch of other stuff, and you're going to beg for it. You're going to want it. It's like we got to have it, man. We got to have water. We got to have food. We got to have money. We got to have this. We got to have that. And they will promise you the moon and the stars. They're liars, but they will promise it to you, and you'll accept it because you're weak and you don't have faith in God. A lot of people have clicked me off. Hell, I'm talking to myself. But you know what? Maybe someday, under the ashes, somebody will go back to some old archive and go, who's this crazy son of a bitch? They'll listen and they'll go, well, you know what? He wasn't so crazy. You see, these fools, and that's what they are, fools, okay? Before anything, what'd you do? You took an oath. That's right, you took an oath to uphold the Constitution, the law of the land. And then some pieces of crap tell you, oh, you can do this, you can do that. Fuck your rights. You don't have no rights. You have the rights I can give you, blah, blah, blah. And you were in total violation of the Constitution. And you took an oath to uphold it. And you're standing around going, I gave you a lawful order. I gave you this. I gave you that. You didn't give shit. Why? Because you are such a criminal. You have violated your own oath. You should be sitting in prison somewhere. And when a citizen looks at you and says, you, stand down. You're in violation of your oath and the Constitution and everything else. You have no authority. You never had any authority. God's the only one that has the authority. But you're so pumped up and full of yourself and evil, you've lost sight of the fact. You've lost sight of the fact that you're evil. We're all evil. We're all no good. This is why Jesus died for us and rose again. Yeah. Oh, that's right. You don't believe in him. No. But by God, you could go stick up for the Muslims and the Buddhists and all these other cults and religions and bullshit. But by God, when it comes to Christ, Jesus himself, God, don't mention that. That's against the law. Because your rights don't come from governments. Your rights don't come from men. It comes from God. God Almighty. And if you sit there in your black robe like a vampire, sucking the life out of people, judges, honorable too, honorable. Yeah, you've seen honorable, haven't you? Been watching the news and paying attention. You're not honorable. You're evil. You are the problem. You people want to. You know what the problem is? You guys in the government and bullshit like that. Go look in the mirror. There's your problem. You are the problem. It's staring right back at you in the mirror. Are you pieces of shit cops that have been fired, sued, thrown in prison, a whole bunch of stuff like that. DAs, judges, people that have actually really screwed up. And actually somebody didn't like them because they actually prosecuted them. Are your children proud of you? How about your wife? How about your ex-wife, probably now? She proud of you? How about your mom and dad? Are they proud of you? How about your brothers? How about your siblings? How about your cousins? Are they proud of you? Oh, yeah, that was my uncle. Yeah, he's sitting there in prison because he. Oh, my dad? Oh, yeah, well, my dad died. As he sits in prison, rotting, because he went out there and violated the hell out of somebody's rights and killed them or did something stupid. Because he's all pumped up with pride and everything else, thinks he can do anything he wants because he's evil and wicked. They proud of you? When you look in the mirror, are you proud of yourself? How about you FBI guys going on picking on people about some stupid memes? When you got these damn illegals running around that have damn warrants and stuff and all kinds of crap on them, and we don't really care about that. We're going to pick on some housewife. Really? You go after Trump for the insurrection, which is all bullshit again. But anyways, you're going to go after him on that. When you have Madonna going to go blow up the damn White House. What the hell's wrong with her? She's crazy. She's nuts. Donnie Depp. All right, what the hell's wrong with you fools? You don't want to go blow nothing. You don't go kill them. What the hell's wrong with you? The Secret Service FBI should come, slap some cuffs on you, and throw you in some padded cell because you're insane. And you're hauling Trump in? Trumping up charges? Yeah, that's what you're doing. And you got Maxine Waters. Oh, you see anybody out there in the restaurant, Republican in a restaurant? Well, you run them out, you yell at them, you scream at them. And then you got Pocahontas, Warren, fight. Everybody wants to fight. They're out there just rebel rousing like a son of a bitch. And the FBI, the CIA, every law, GOJ, every law enforcement agency in the country should have just had them run through the ringer. They should have been sitting in the chair of the DOJ, Department of Justice, the FBI, the CIA, the Department of Defense. I mean, they should have been sitting in everybody's chair getting with a light in their face and being grilled. And then sent to Guantanamo. I mean, come on, people. Get your head out of your ass. Do your jobs. Oh, that meant you're too evil. The pay's too good. Crime pays. And it pays criminals well. Isn't that right? Yeah. And the dummies, the real dummies. Oh my God, dumb. Real dummies. I don't even want to go there. But man, why do you even say stupid stuff like that? You shouldn't even have that in your heart that you want to go out and hurt people. You shouldn't even have it. You should be praying for them. You should pray for your enemy. You should love your enemy. If your enemy's hungry, you should feed him. You see, God conquered the earth, the world, with love. His compassion, his caring. War just creates more war. Look at the Middle East. These people have been fighting each other for thousands of years because they just cannot get it through their thick spool heads that what they're doing keeps the cycle rolling. When do you stop? When do you stop? When do you extend the olive branch and sit back? Don't believe it at first. Don't trust them at first, but build a relationship and then maybe some trust, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, and live in peace. Live in peace. That's the ultimate goal. Except for the truly wicked, evil people. They don't want to live in peace. They want wars. They want to kill people. They want to maim people. They're sick. They're disturbed. And God will make them your footstool. God has a special place for them. So people, get your head out of your ass. Heal your heart. Pray to God. And everybody needs to be praying for them too. You need to pray for these people. Like I've always said, you have a right to defend yourself. After that, well, God says vengeance is his. He'll make him your footstool. He'll take care of it. But if somebody's coming at you to harm you, to kill you, to do something, you have a right to defend yourself. Yes. Talks about that in the Bible. But after that, you don't have the right to run around and be a vigilante. No, you don't. God will take care of that. Just listen and read God's moral laws, God's laws. We all of us, the whole world need to follow it. Governments, everyone, read it. The devil has you fighting amongst yourselves with all their doctrine and all this bullshit. Fighting amongst yourselves. Oh, because this says this and this says that, and you're not supposed to eat meat and you're supposed to do it. Really? Because you're a bunch of fools. Your minds are closed. Why? God either closed them because you're too evil, or and you're blind and you're deaf because God did that, or you're so evil you don't know any better. And you'll never know any better. You need to knock your crap off. You need to knock it off. Russia's in bad shape. He should have had Ukraine taken up a long time ago, but we're still involved. The world's involved, and China's just sitting off to the side, saving because they know they're in bad shape. They're saving their men because they don't have that many to really fight. And if they do, who the hell's going to run the machines and all this stuff later? Yeah, I mean, they're screwed. And if they go out there and burn up their ammunition and their missiles and stuff, what are they going to fight with? I mean, this is what China's sitting back for. They're hoping everybody depletes their crap, and they're the only ones that have it. Russia doesn't have the manpower to keep up. They don't have the money to keep up. I mean, they're getting Putin to use everything up. So he's sitting there. He can't even feed his men. Then, that's when you know. You can tell how people die and how they fight, but what they have. And if they're skinny, they're malnutrition, they don't have the proper gear, they don't have the ammo. I mean, you go out to the battlefield and you check this stuff out, and you start looking in some of these dead men's, ammo pouches and looking at their rifles and stuff, and it's like, well, where's their magazines? Hell, they had like 5 rounds left, or none. They didn't have any rations on them. You kind of figure it out that they're on their last leg. We got these son of bitches whipped. I'm not even going to get into all that crap. But, look. Men ain't what they used to be. Neither are women. Pray to God. Pray for one another. Look in your own heart. You don't want this. You don't want what's coming. God will, and He can do anything. He is the impossible. Have faith in Him. Put your troubles, give Him your troubles. That's what He's here for. He wants you to say, here, Lord, this is what's going on in my life. Please fix it. Please take care of it. And He is more than glad to do it. Now you live up to your end of the bargain. Governments, same thing. Look, you think you're going to go to Mars and live? I don't think so. You think you can get some life-extending thing that's going to keep... No, ain't going to happen. People are living delusions. The devil has taken your soul and made your mind delusion, made you sick. sick in the brain, sick in your heart. Maybe, if you come to God, man, he can wipe that out in a heartbeat. Start living right. We all fall short of the glory of God. We all do. That's why Jesus died for us on the cross and rose again. It's there, people. Ask for it. And you don't ask once or twice. You ask and ask and ask and ask and ask. And ask for forgiveness. And be thankful and grateful for everything he does and the things you don't even know he's done. This has gone on way too long. So anyways, you all have a good one, and you know where I stand on this stuff. So hopefully the olive branch and the peace will prevail, but it's up to God. So everything's on God's time frame, not ours. God.